Joining us to talk about the band and orchestra programs within the Department of Performing Arts here at Sacred Heart is Keith Johnson, Director of Bands, as well as the Director of Performing Arts at the university. How are you, Keith?
Good. How are you doing?
So first of all, let's talk about the band aspect of this area and what's included, what ensembles are available.
Great. The band program here at Sacred Heart is one of the most active and vibrant organizations we have on campus. It comprises of our marching band program, pep band, concert band, and our chamber ensemble programs. Typically students come in and they participate kind of in one program that just functions in different ways.
Okay.
We have students who come to us from highly competitive marching band programs, and we have students who have never marched a day in their life, and everybody comes together and we start in the fall as a marching band. We present our field show in the fall, which is typically what we perform at football games as well as some high school exhibitions.
Okay.
And then we also do a parade in New York City. We do the Columbus Day Parade down there, which is awfully exciting. We also function as a pep band, so we play for men's and women's basketball and men's ice hockey, and we're also a concert band. So we give 3 to 4 concerts in the course of the year, and then during the spring semester we have a smaller select group that we pull out of a wind ensemble, and we perform music that's a little more thematic, a little different than what we might do with a full concert band.
For students that are interested in band, say a trumpet player or a clarinet player, would they have to commit to all 3 of the areas that you mentioned in marching band, pep band, and concert band as part of being in the band program?
Honestly, they typically do.
Okay.
The way that we structure the program is such that we know you're not here to major in band. The band is made up of nursing majors, math majors, biology majors, DPT. We have a wide variety of majors represented in the program. So the way we structure it is such that you can come in and actively participate in every single aspect of it, and it's structured to allow you to do that.
Okay.
Now obviously if you play the oboe, if
Yeah.
you play the bassoon, typically those folks aren't on the football field with us.
What is the structure for students coming in the fall? I know that there's an early arrival time for students in the band. Can you talk a little bit about that and what that experience is about?
Sure. Band camp is one of the highlights of the year for everybody. And it is a time when everybody gets together and we teach everybody how we march. We teach all of the music they're going to know, need to know for the entire fall semester. And one of the things that is a little bit different perhaps than what students might experience from high school is we rely very heavily on our student leadership team.
Okay.
So when they come in for band camp, it is our student leadership team that is responsible for teaching the students how we march. They're responsible for teaching the drill. They directly run sectionals and help everybody learn the music. We're not a competition band, so we are not out there to score points and get trophies from judges. Our goal is to entertain our audience.
Okay.
So when they come in as a marching band, they're going to experience shows like The Boys Are Back, an all-boy band show. This past year, we did a show that included the dance from Footloose.
Okay.
So that's the kind of thing they're going to experience in the fall.
For the pep band, what sports are you affiliated with, and what games are you performing at?
We play at the home games for men's and women's basketball and men's ice hockey.
Okay, so a lot of games during the late fall, winter months that students can anticipate being involved with.
Yeah, really the pep band season kind of gets geared up around November and goes until late February, early March.
Okay. For the concert band portion, how many performances will the concert band do during a typical year?
We typically do 3 to 4 programs in the course of the year.
Okay.
We've done Halloween concerts where the band actually shows up in costume, which is always a favorite. We do a Christmas concert, and then we do one concert at the end of the year, which is typically a lighter type program. Those programs have been, we did an all-Broadway show a couple years ago. We've done all Disney, we've done movies, we've done anime. So we do those kinds of things.
For now, the second portion of this, the orchestra portion, what would be the typical experience for students coming in that would like to be in the orchestra?
So an orchestra is comprised of the orchestral strings portion as well as the winds, brass, and percussion portion. So our winds, brass, and percussion come to us from band members based on auditions. We will field the winds, brass, percussion portion of it. The orchestral strings are led by Jenna Boughton. She is a wonderful violinist, and she works directly with all of our violin, viola, cello, and bass players.
Okay.
They'll come in, and the way we do this is we have one night a week is a orchestral strings only rehearsal, and the other night is full orchestra rehearsal. The programs vary. We do some pop music in December for holidays. We've also done Nutcracker. We've done Dvorak New World. We've done Gershwin American in Paris, that sort of thing.
Okay. What are some of the other ensembles within band and orchestra that are a little bit more fine-tuned to specific instruments or to different, specific areas?
One of the really great things about the program we have here is our students, all of whom are non-majors, are so dedicated and love to play so much that we're able to offer a brass ensemble, we're able to offer percussion ensemble, flute choir, sax quartet. Just this year we had clarinet players come to us and they wanted to start a clarinet ensemble. So there's a lot of chamber ensemble opportunities for students to get involved with.
One of the ones that I know has become one of the more inventive ensembles over the last few years has been Heartbeat Percussion.
Heartbeat Percussion is a lot of fun.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that.
Sure, Heartbeat Percussion. If you've been one of those kids you ever went outside when you took all the garbage out to be collected, and on the way back you just start banging on the cans, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what Heartbeat does. So they play a lot of non-traditional instruments. They play garbage cans, broomsticks, they play ladders, they play volleyballs, they play boom whackers, all that kind of stuff, and they have a really fun and entertaining approach.
All right. We also, in this area, have Color Guard and Winter Guard, correct?
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about those programs?
Yeah, so in the fall with the marching band, the Guard members, those are the folks who spin the flags, the rifles, the sabers. Of course, they perform as part of the marching band.
Okay.
But they also have their own competitive activity that takes place in the winter months. We compete at the national level, WGI, and we go out to Dayton every year to compete in world championships. And we compete in what's called the Independent Open class. And it is a highly demanding and a highly intensive program, and our students work very, very hard, and we have a fantastic staff and very dedicated students, so we're really proud of that.
Very good. What is the typical for band, orchestra, color guard, what is the typical time commitment per week for a student's going to be involved in these areas?
It's going to vary, certainly, depending on what aspect of the program they're in. Typically, we're looking at anywhere between 4 and 8 hours a week. Again, depending if they're a Winter Guard member, if they're orchestra, if they're band. We have 2 nights a week of practice almost all year round.
Okay.
And then there's going to be the games in addition to that.
Okay. Over the last few years, you've had the excellent opportunity to travel with the band.
We have.
Where are some of the destinations that you've been able to go?
One of the great things about the band program here is we are able to do that. We are able to take our kids out into the world and to get them out of our normal comfort zone.
Yeah.
We have been able to go to Italy. We've gone to Prague. We've gone to Vienna. We've gone to Ireland 3 times. And without a doubt, these are some of the highlights of not just their band experience in college, but of their college experience.
All right, very good. One question that I know we get a lot of is what is, or is there an academic component to band and orchestra?
There absolutely is. Band and orchestra, they are a class, just like any other class. You register for it, you show up, you get a grade, and that grade can be applied towards your degree.
Okay.
There are also, in addition to the ensembles as classes, there are music classes that the students can take. So they can take theory classes, they can take history classes, there's a history of jazz, history of Broadway. All those things are opportunities that our students can take advantage of.
Are there also private lessons available?
There are.
Okay.
In fact, everybody who comes into the program takes private lessons for the first couple of years. That one-on-one interaction with the teachers where regardless of what level you come in at, if you come in at here, the private studio instructors, they're going to take you up to the next level.
Okay. In this digital age of virtual connectivity with our students out there watching, what is the process right now for the seniors that are out there that have either expressed interest and have yet to audition, or those students that may already decide, hey, listen, wasn't thinking about doing band, orchestra, or guard, but I really want to do it now. What's that audition process currently right now?
So right now, we are accepting video auditions,
Okay.
and there, if you go to our website, you'll see some instructions for how to create and submit the information to us.
Okay.
We have some suggested pieces that we say, take a look at these, perform and record them. But at the end of the day, what we really want to know is, where are you? As a player, where do you currently stand? And then after you submit the audition video to us, we'll want to connect with you virtually to have a meet and greet and get to know you, and you get to know us, and we can answer questions.
For the prospective students out there, what is the typical audition process that you'd like to do with students interested in band, orchestra, or guard?
Yeah. So typically what we do is we love to have live auditions where the students come in, they prepare a piece in advance. We do have some suggested pieces on the band website that they can prepare. Come in, play those, and then we get a chance to talk to you, to get to know you, and to answer questions about the program.
Thank you to Keith Johnson, the Director of Band and Orchestra Programs at Sacred Heart, as well as the Director of Performing Arts. Thank you very much.